Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and Iron here from the Block Runner, MetaZone, Rovi, and MScribe. And today, we're going to be talking about internet capital markets. Really advanced stuff, dude.
It's pretty interesting how like a new terminology comes about. Feels like we've been like in internet capital markets all along.
Yeah, right?
Doesn't it feel like it? It's kind of what crypto is.
That's what crypto is, yeah.
But not really. Internet capital markets is a new sector category within the digital markets, I guess, that we've created over the last 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
That's more specified for, I guess, bridging the product viability and the substantive process of Web 2 development too, or basically reiterating more of that stuff, but by using Web 3 rails, right? If I were to boil it down.
It's like it's redesigning our normal commerce, but with Web 3 rails.
But when you mean commerce, you mean specifically like
just commercial activity. Like in the next video, we're going to be talking about KOLs. That's got its own redesign.
Its own markets, capital markets forming. Yeah.
And then we have the ability for indie developers to launch tokens in a way where it directly funds their activity.
Correct.
Using only Web3 rails.
Absolutely. So this is like an extension and another prediction we saw coming, right? Just by trying to dig deeper into like what is pump.fun, right? Like, is there any substance beyond the memes?
Good old Elon, dude.
We tried our hardest over the last 6 to 8 months or so to like really hyper analyze what the hell is going on, right? Because we spent 2 years really fixated on the Bitcoin ecosystem side of things, and there's memery happening there, but not to the scale of what we've seen like beyond.
It's like at least a 10x to a 100x scale.
I'd say 100 to maybe even 1,000x scale. It's pretty massive.
Yeah.
What the meme community and the ecosystems managed to pull off over the last year and a half or so.
Speaking of pulling off a miracle, congratulations to TJ. ETH is back.
Hooray.
Is it?
Joe Lubin.
That was the most unenthusiastic.
It's because I don't think we're really back yet, huh?
Oh, you're not buying into it?
Joe Lubin says we're back. He says he just pulled a micro strategy for ETH via a 425 million pipe into Tiny Sharp Link Gaming S-Bet. There's a lot of words here, dude.
Sharp Link Gaming, dude. I don't know how that correlates to S-Bet, but whatever.
Exactly, yeah. He's launching the first NASDAQ-listed ETH treasury company. The Sailor playbook now runs on Ethereum. So he's raising funds on a public token, on a public company, and he's using the raised funds to buy ETH. So the Michael Saylor strategy, but for Ethereum.
Yeah, so we assumed we were going to see a lot of this on the Bitcoin side, Michael Saylor kind of proving like some sort of money cheat code.
Yeah, there's about 100 companies at least using that same strategy now.
Yeah, and there are probably going to be more by the end of this. I mean, we predicted like this will probably be like the bull market juice for this cycle, right? Like last cycle was kind of like Elon Musk was a huge like influence in pushing the market narrative forward. Last cycle, he completely lost all that steam.
Yeah.
But this is a good new fresh narrative of like something new happening around the value proposition of Bitcoin. And so it's proliferating from here, but didn't see it happening for Ethereum. But Joe Lubin, if you don't know who he is, he's the Consensus guy, right? Founder of Consensus.
Yeah.
Big player in the Ethereum ecosystem. So it makes a lot of sense for someone like this caliber of vested into the Ethereum ecosystem to kind of like, catalyze and kickstart this. And will it snowball? I don't know.
Yeah.
In the same way like strategy has snowballed. What do you think?
Well, even in the early days of MicroStrategy, or the new strategy here for buying Bitcoin off of, essentially loans and leverage, is in that time it was crazy.
Yeah,
but now, if you look back, he's sort of a genius.
I mean, if it keeps working, I would classify that as a pretty genius move.
Yeah, I don't see it not working, dude. It doesn't work if Bitcoin goes to like 10K. That's when it doesn't work. But
I mean, I heard different numbers. It's literally like
40K.
It's like 64K, and he's like in deep water.
His average buying price of Bitcoin is 64K.
Okay.
So if it goes to 64K, he's just net zero, which is fine.
Right. Well, it just matters. Well, what if he keeps buying too much on the way up? Then he's like squeezing himself in the future.
Yeah,
right?
but as you buy on the way up, the smaller percentage compared to your total supply is getting smaller and smaller.
True.
So it doesn't really affect anything.
Yeah. Well, nonetheless, a lot of other companies, most likely struggling companies, see some value in this, right? Because his thesis is, I couldn't really do anything that I could do from a company perspective to kind of like outgain the value of Bitcoin, right?
Yeah, unless you're NVIDIA or Apple.
Yeah, unicorn companies, right?
Right.
So it's like MicroStrategy wasn't that.
Yeah.
There's probably hundreds of other companies on the NASDAQ that also cannot do that.
Correct.
So why not just liquidate all of your value
Yeah.
straight into Bitcoin and just ride that money train as long as you can?
Seems reasonable,
Seems
dude.
crazy to me. But somehow it's working and it's playing off and the market is accepting it for now. I don't think this is going to be a forever thing, but
Well,
at least from like
it's
the all-in perspective. Yeah, of course it's going to be like it's part of every company's like portfolio management, a little 1% in Bitcoin won't hurt you. But this shit is crazy, like the all-in approach.
yeah. I think it's a good strategy for the now, for like for the now, right?
100%.
20 years from now, this is not a good strategy. You're just buying gold at that point.
Yeah, like the market's not going to see speculative value in this.
No.
Like once Bitcoin is as boring and ubiquitous as
gold. Yeah, 100%.
It's like, dude, you're over leveraged. You're actually not producing any value as a company.
And even then,
send it to zero.
even this prediction, a 20-year prediction of Bitcoin being gold, like it could still go up. 20 trillion market cap for Bitcoin is still nothing, right? So, but let me paint the picture here. So, why SharpLink pre-deal value is $10 million and almost empty seat on NASDAQ, issuing 69 million new shares at $6.15, flips over 90% control to ETH groups, no SPAC, no IPO, no roadshow. So, it's using that same design, and hopefully it works for Joe Lubin. And if it does work, that means ETH value goes up.
Yeah, I think ETH value probably go up anyways. I think what the market is waiting for, like every cycle, is for Bitcoin to do its like it's up thing where it's feasibly reached a point where we can call it like this cycle's market top, and then things like Ethereum and the rest of the blue chip altcoins can really start to run again.
Yeah.
I think that's all what's really happening here. Is just in the moment we tend to lose sight of that and. Seems like Ethereum's in real trouble, and it's really not. We're just kind of like waiting for Bitcoin.
Yeah, it could be.
As we always do.
Yeah. So let's get deeper into this internet capital thing. So 2020 was DeFi. 2021 was NFTs. 2024 was AI agents, even though that was like a 3-month run at most.
Yeah, and I don't think they're like it's over for AI agents,
no,
right?
No,
they'll come back
way.
pretty strong either this year or next, right?
Yeah, and 2025 is the year of internet capital markets. So the new frontier funding on the internet. We love repackaging old narratives with a new buzzword and now slap on memes plus builder incentives plus financial experimentation into one new thematic meta. ICM.
Not to be confused with ICBMs.
No,
these
are not rockets.
Yeah, they're not rockets. They're rockets of different kind.
Yeah.
These are good rockets.
Capital rockets.
Capital rockets. There we go.
At the heart of this trend is Launchcoin, a token launchpad that lets anyone mint and list a coin with just a tweet. I guess this is akin to turning internet native ideas into tradable assets where funders use Launchcoin as the infra launchpad to launch tokens on Solana. So basically, Launch Token is from a company called Believe. They allow you to launch a token just with a tweet.
Yeah, kind of like Banker Bond on Base, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Invoke this bot, give it a name, a ticker.
Yeah.
Maybe like an image or maybe like a little description within the tweet itself about what it is you're building.
Yeah, you can put in a video. You could do anything. This is your showcase, like marketing for your token launch.
Yeah, so it's definitely a whole new launch model. But it's the breakthrough here is the extension, the continuation of this like new market meta, and understanding what pump.fun has done is created it's leveraged the rails of DeFi and bonding curves to create highly efficient and high velocity capital markets on chain, right? That competes with centralized exchanges as far as the value that it's like churning on a daily basis.
Yeah, and overall volume too.
Yeah, and it's mostly, so pump.fun has largely been like keeping all that value,
yeah,
as opposed to redirecting it to other parties, right? And creators typically is like that other party that you want to focus on, right?
Yeah.
In this case, for this app, they're app developers, right? They're building different like Web 2 things.
Yeah. So how do you apply? What we're saying is you could be a Web 2 indie developer. You have this cool idea. You're vibe coding it. You can launch a token against it with a tweet. All of a sudden, people find out about your project. They're interested. They like it. They start trading it. The fees on the trade goes to the creator.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's done pretty well. Like there's some metrics here that, within a week or two of it actually launching. So this is like the new category we're talking about.
Yeah, Internet Capital Markets, and number one is Launchcoin. Market cap is 186 million.
Yeah, so this is like the native token of the platform itself, and all these underneath it are essentially the project coins. So you do your due diligence like you would any other sector of crypto, right? You click on each one individually, go to their websites if they have one, their Twitter feed, just to see if there's like consistent communications from the founders, stuff like that, right? But there's a new market brewing here. That's all that this represents,
Yeah, and how quickly CoinMarketCap supported a new filter.
I mean, that's a testament to like how much noise I guess it generated, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, these types of data aggregators, they move quick when they see flashy numbers, right?
Yeah.
Flashy one being like
new narrative, new filter.
Yeah, $1 billion in daily volume. Yeah, I want those eyeballs on my platform.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So this is what the Believe app looks like. It's very Web 2-esque. We tend to not see things like this in the Web 3 world, but
yeah, we're starting to see more of it though.
Now it's starting to attract a new demographic. And
so here are the good results that we were talking about, right?
Yeah, so token creators love it. Launchcoin reward creators with built-in fees, with top creators earning over $1 million to date. It's a strong alternative for developers who want to monetize without dumping tokens and crashing the price.
Yeah, so this is literally just per the programmability, I guess, of the Solana token standard. Or I guess like the creator tools of the DEXs themselves, like Meteora in particular for this project ecosystem. It's using Meteora as Rails, right?
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, it's able to customize how much of the fees go to the creators, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot. $1 million can help you pretty significantly if you're building some sort of...
Yeah, that's quite the seed capital for your startup.
Exactly, and that came straight from the market, essentially, without having to like knock on the doors on for VC support, right?
Yeah, so we're looking at a platform here, Believe Screener, and I'm sure this is hyper specific to launches on Believe.
Yeah, I would assume so with a name like that. But this, I mean, it's essentially packaging the same data that CoinMarketCap is. So this probably launched pre-CoinMarketCap support, right? So this is probably giving you like a more real-time feed, actually, right?
Probably, but yeah, look at the market caps here. So
can you sort by age on the right there, on the far right? Is it sortable?
Yeah, looks like it. 5 hours ago.
Yeah, this is probably way more like real time, right? CoinMarketCap, there's like a listing process, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where you would want to go if you're trying to get like as close to the pulse of this ecosystem.
Yeah. So Launchcoin launched 4 months ago, and then the next coin was 4 weeks ago. It's interesting. Okay, let's move on. All right, Edgar here. Tokens launched on Believe app over time, so it started strong. It's kind of dwindling off a little bit, but that's how markets go. Doesn't mean it's over.
No, but it's something to be mindful of, right? Like this is like a launch pad. Like
this is a launch pad of like projects, like real projects. So like the velocity isn't quite there like memes are.
Exactly. Yeah, like there's actual execution risk is back on the table here.
Yep.
If that's like palatable to you, you're just like not vibing with meme culture at all. It's too damn fickle. There's nothing to believe in, maybe. You just don't think people have real conviction in memes. Some do. At Fartcoin, people who are there truly think, hot air rises, clearly.
I definitely believe in fart, dude.
Yeah, you can ask my wife, dude. I definitely can pack a fart or two, It's a real thing out there, but I never thought, like, it would be the most valuable of, like, tokens this cycle.
Yeah, who would have thought? All right, so we got Meteora launching their own token soon. Meteora announced V2, and there's also a points tab.
Yeah.
So Meteora is a DEX on Solana.
Yeah, we just talked about how Believe is using their tools, right?
Mm-hmm. Hyperliquid earned 61 million in fees in the last 30 days. Uniswap earned 91, but Meteora earned 131 in a month.
That's crazy.
So interestingly, the biggest Hyperliquid DEXs earned some fees too. Hyperswap at 1.88 million and KittenSwap at 1.18. This should increase over time. As pointed out in the previous tweet, distribution attention is crucial. Having a good product isn't that easy. But if you have one and you can combine it with a good distribution and can create attention, you will have an amazing product and can increase your revenue over even more.
Yeah, so all this is pointing to is speculation around Meteora token launch. Again, relevance to this is that is what Believe has used for its ecosystem development. Let's move on from that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, extending into the internet capital market narrative. There's a lot of different I guess iterations and attempts to capture market share here, but even broader outside of the crypto space, kind of crossing over into the real world asset sector. I heard the Robinhood founder talk a little bit about this. Like he's put something into the SEC for real world asset regulation because he wants crypto users to start speculating on companies like actual stocks. He wants to bring stocks on chain, right?
Yeah,
through his platform. Like that's his vision of the future. People on Robinhood, have 24/7 access to these different markets. So
yeah,
there's others building on Solana, kind of like aiming for the same thing.
Yeah, so this project Collateralize, not Collateralize.
Yeah.
IPO as a service powered by DeFi Rails is a game changer, internet capital markets. So let's take a look what they're doing. So talking about RWA Launchpad, Collateralize spikes 300% after a Yako repost. And what does the website looks like? So this is the website right here. So tokenize everything all in one app and buy, sell, send tokenized assets.
These are some pretty modest numbers here in the, look at that. 10 plus
tokenized assets, 23,000.
See, this is nice. This is refreshing to see. This is honest numbers.
It's not like 100 million tokenized assets.
Community,
23 million
70
community.
billion.
Yeah.
It's like, what? It's like somehow we've created clones.
Yeah.
And they're all using our app.
4 million downloads.
Yeah, so these are real numbers, which is nice. But it seems like this project particularly kind of started off with their own chain to support this type of user activity, right? But as we're starting to see a lot this cycle, I think they realize, you know what? This market can do just fine on Solana. We don't need to have our own chain for this. So I think that's what's happening here. See?
Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I don't think you need to start your own chain every single time.
Yeah, I mean, to tap into the roots, right? There's a lot of, again, the internet capital market narrative, the meta is starting on Solana. So if that's the product you're focusing in on, you might as well integrate, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the collateralized token. It's doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think ever since the market has become aware that they're going to bring their services to Solana, the market reacts to these types of pivots.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big narrative brewing. RWAs has a lot of potential,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even the internet capital markets itself, that's a new sort of technology design that helps kind of open up new markets, right? So Web 2, indie startups, we got people who don't know how to code all of a sudden coding.
Because of what?
Because of AI.
Yeah, so that reduces the friction you're talking about. It's like pump.fun has done so well because, creating a meme is purely like a cultural formulation, I guess. It's like you could do 100 attempts a week at creating some sort of viral hit meme, right?
Yeah.
You just pay attention to what's happening in the news. Oh, the Pope died.
Yeah, the president got slapped.
Yeah, you gotta specify.
Yeah, the
French president.
French president.
Donald Trump would never. His wife would never do such a thing. But yeah, the French president got slapped on the plane in front of everybody, dude. So what's the meme there? bitch slapped. I don't know. Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Or French down bad, France down bad. I don't fucking know, dude. Something like that.
Yeah.
And then you just throw it. You pump it. You throw it on pump.fun or one of these other launch pads, throw it on Boop. You got a chance there, maybe.
Yeah.
Probably not. Those are pretty ass attempts. But the point is, it's that easy, right?
Yeah.
But for this stuff, for AI agent launch pads like virtuals, that's hard. That's hard to come up with like a technically feasible AI agent that actually has some sort of substantive value. Therefore, number go up.
Yeah, or any project that you're sort of speculating on, there's a risk associated with that.
Yes, but nonetheless, people like us, we like to see these things, right? Because memes are important, right? It's part of internet culture. We understand that, but you got to support creators of all spectrums, right? That means artists, AI creators, whatever, app builders.
That's right. Metaverse builders.
Yeah, I was going to say that. At some point, we're going to bring the metaverse builders back into the equation.
Yeah.
And get them integrated into these rails as well.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
From our point of view, from our perspective, that seems to be like what's cooking up as this cycle's like killer cook. Right?
Yeah.
ICMs, dude.
All right, guys. That's it for us. If there is an ICM vehicle out there that we missed that you think we should look into, definitely put it in the comment section below. Appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.